reading in 2026 is a popularity performative contest because it has become where, oh, I read, I'm so unique, I'm so quirky, I'm just different. And it's not about actually improving yourself, trying to get better, again, self improving. It's about, I know words that you don't know, and I read books, and I'm so much smarter, and I'm a manipulative, and it's all of this. And it takes the purpose out of reading. I think it discourages a lot of people because now, again, they use all this jargon, all this fancy words, appearing smarter than they actually are because half of these people who fake like they're doing all this haven't even actually read these books. And a common manipulation tactic is actually sounding smarter than you is. Think about this is crazy, but Epstein literally told us that people in Wall Street they use ramp up words to make it sound more complicated than it is. That is true. That's someone who day trades. That's someone who does this. A lot of the stuff is actually easy to grasp, but they hide it behind all these words and all these different phrases. Instead of saying money, you say capital, stuff like that. That's to a lesser extent, but to make it like seem like, oh, I'm here, and you're here in the like intellectual scale, and I feel like this is again discourages a lot of people from reading. So today, I just got some of my favorite books, some of the books that actually like I use to actually better my life because I've read a lot of books, and yeah, and I still know how to like code switch necessarily, so I can talk in more way like this that everyone can understand, but I also can use other vernacular as well too. But let's get into it. First of all, let's touch on the first subject real quick: finances. This is the best finance book ever. Not about budgeting, but tax-free wealth. It talks about taxes. It talks about LLCs. It talks about freaking everything. This book is so goated. Tom Wheelwright wrote this book. He might have actually another updated one, so it might be better than this. But that book is goated. Check that out, especially if you're a young adult or just anyone. Now let's talk about what everyone starts off with: the 48 Laws of Power. Now this book is actually gets kind of like dunked on in the most recent time. People make fun of it a lot. I think it's a good start for self improvement. I feel like we almost started this. It's a good start. It takes like books like The Art of War, a lot of philosophy books like what I'll talk about later, The Prince, and it makes it more easy to understand because it put it in the law format. It's a good read. I would recommend it still. And but aside from that, next is Never Split the Difference. Now this is a negotiation book, and this is so good. FBI Negotiator teaches you about kind of charisma, you know art of selling. It's like a business book as well, and just communicating with people. This book is very good, man. I'm gonna reread this actually. I've been actually planning on that, but I love this book. I would recommend it, especially anyone who is struggle with talking to others. I'd recommend it. Now let's talk about before I get into the actual top two. Let's talk about philosophy because this is the thing that is commonly larped. Look at this spread, especially Nietzsche is commonly larped. I don't know if y'all seen that meme where it's like Nietzsche spoke of this and they'd be like, what did he say? It's like, I don't know. It's a meme because you know it's kind of funny because Nietzsche's views on the world was twisted by his sister because she like made it look like he was like a Yahtzee, right? And even Hitler. I don't know if I had to sense those words to get like copyrighted, but whatever. Thought the Ubermensch was like a pro their regime type of thing, but no, it's about bettering yourself. I like Nietzsche. He's cool, but I ain't gonna lie. This is why I'd say it's good to start off with the books like 48 Laws of Power, stuff like that, because especially Nietzsche, but it's philosophy in general. They talk so freaking like they talk like old, like they actually talk like this because from their time. But especially Nietzsche, oh my gosh, he's like this to the extreme. Let me just read the first page of this freaking book because I literally would put it down. I was like, yep, it's gonna be a freaking dandy reading this one. So you go to the first page of this. Supposing truth to be a woman, what is the suspicion not well founded that all philosophers, when they have been dogmatists, I don't know what that means, have had little understanding of woman, that the gruesome earnestness, the clumsy impurity with which they have yeah, I probably look like a dumbass. I look like a larper probably. And it's more complicated than that, but again, they speak in that type of way. Myth of Sisyphus. This is if you know the dude pushing up the rock, that's where that kind of comes from. Talks about absurdity, life. What is life? Basically, main theme is that there's no meaning of life, or the meaning of life is whatever stops you from not moving it. You basically make your own meaning. That's what I take from it. And yeah, lastly, the Prince. Now, if you're really into 48 Laws of Power and stuff, this is where a lot of the like manipulation stuff comes in. Machiavelli, you know, that's philosophy right there. But my two favorite books and the ones that actually changed my life the most are these two right here. First off, being Master Your Emotions. Man, I did not know this book was going to be this good. My father is actually in jail currently right now, recommended me this, and goaded. Like, every single little expert in this book, I swear, every time I read one of these, it inspired me to literally make a video. And it's a great, simple format they have at the end. It's like things you can write in, help me like process my emotions better. This is where I get a lot of those facts of like when I learned that a lot of our problems, like negativity bias, for example, come from the caveman days. Real research book, The Bat Marisi. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but great book, man. You did shit on that one. And my favorite book, the one that is the game changer, I think everyone should read, is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. I tell you, this book like opened my third eye, right? And it's great. It's goated. This is again where I talk about a lot of my videos that whatever you feed your mind is what it's going to be. It's a man who think he can do everything and a man think he can do nothing. And both are right because your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between a truth and a lie. So it's whatever you feed it, man. If you say you're going to wake up and have a great day, you're going to have a great day. I think about it like this. Every time you smile, no matter if it's honest or not, it gives you dopamine. Stuff like that. Like, you really control your destiny. It goes along with like the manifestation and prayer. But I actually lied. There is another book that is the greatest, and every time I read a book, whether it be philosophy, whether it be this, whether it even be a textbook like this, or even For the Laws of Power or Nothing, the Bible. The Bible has so much knowledge, and even if you are not religious, bro, I recommend looking into this because, like, Solomon, the most smartest man in the Bible, he has, I think it's Psalms. I think he has most of his quotes in Psalms, bro. His life and what he said, amazing. Jesus, the way he lived and how they talked. It's a bunch of gems, and every time I've like gotten smarter and read other books, I'll be like, bro, they talked about this in the Bible. Like, it's crazy. Even like manifestation and stuff in that way that we talk about more now, like in the modern times. It's like they have that in the Bible too. Prayer, praying for what you want. I literally have a bookmark. It says, I'm finna go get it. This video all in one take too, by the way. But I'm finna go. Focus, focus. And all things whatsoever you shall ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. Matthew 21:22. Um, that's manifestation saying whatever you believe, it shall come true. That is it for this video. I kind of just wanted to start off as like a rant type video where I did that, but I really wanted to say what are my favorite books and what I recommend for actually making improvement in your life. These is what I recommend. I already made a video like that a long time ago, so I didn't want to I want to change up that. If you like the thumbnail and you're like, man, how do I do a thumbnail like that? We go live almost every day. Probably not today because I'm actually going to see the Mario movie, but we go live damn near every day making the thumbnails. Last stream we made shorts, and then at the end we played some Elden Ring, talked, had a great time. Good conversations. We got people from all over the world. We got people from Michigan. We got people, older people, younger people, high school juniors, everyone, bro. Everyone in there. And the cool thing about my channel is I look at analytics a lot, and it's different age ranges of people, right? So my primarily demographic is 35. No, I think it's like 26 to 35 older people, but I still have a good amount of everyone age except for 65 plus. So we are looking for people who are 65 plus to join up in the channel. Man, we need everybody's outlook on life and stuff. I love y'all, man. Peace.